You just closed on your new home. Congratulations. You survived inspections, appraisals, and probably one too many "are we sure about this" conversations. But here's the thing that nobody tells you at closing. The way you use your house starting on day one is what decides whether it's an asset that builds your wealth or a house that feels 10 years older than it is the moment you try to sell it. I've watched military families move into a new home every 2 or 3 years for nearly a decade. I've walked buyers through move-in day and I've walked sellers through listing day. Sometimes the same family twice in the same house. And I've seen the same 8 habits wreck brand new homeowners' budgets, their equity, and their sanity. So today we're going deep. 8 bad habits, what they actually cost you, how to fix them, and by the end, I'm going to answer the questions I get asked constantly by homeowners who are getting ready to sell. Stick around for that part because it changes how you should be thinking about your house starting right now, not just the year you list it. Hi, I'm Payne, your local real estate agent licensed in Kansas and Missouri. I'm a military spouse and a military relocation professional. I love to help buyers and sellers move in, out, and around the Fort Leavenworth and Kansas City areas. Okay, let's get into it. Habit number 1, ignoring the little maintenance stuff. You just spent everything you had on a down payment and closing costs. So when the HVAC filter light comes on or you notice a tiny water stain on the ceiling, you tell yourself you'll deal with it later. Later turns into a $9,000 repair. Small problems in a house don't stay small. A slow leak becomes mold. A dirty filter becomes a dead furnace. A clogged gutter becomes a foundation issue. What to do instead? Build a simple seasonal maintenance list. Filters, gutters, caulking, smoke detectors, and actually follow it. It costs you an afternoon. Ignoring it costs you a mortgage payment. Don't know where to start? I'm happy to share an already prepared for you maintenance schedule. Just ask. Habit number 2. Renovating before you live in it. I get it, you want to rip out that ugly backsplash the second you get the keys. But new homeowners consistently underestimate how a house actually lives until they're in it for a few months. You think you hate the layout, then you realize the problem was your furniture placement the whole time. What to do instead? Give yourself at least 1 full season. Ideally a full year before you start major renovations. Let the house tell you what it actually needs, not what you assumed on move-in day. Habit number 3, draining your savings to zero. This is the one that scares me the most. Buyers pour every dollar into the down payment and walk away with nothing left in the bank. Then the water heater dies in month 4 and suddenly you're financing a $1,500 repair on a credit card at 24% interest. Ouch. What to do instead? Always keep an emergency fund separate from your house fund. Aim for at least 1 to 3 months of housing costs sitting untouched specifically for the house. Habit number 4, not understanding your own bills. New homeowners get hit with property taxes, escrow adjustments, HOA dues, and insurance premiums, and half of them don't actually read what they're paying for. Then a year later, escrow randomly jumps $200 a month, and it feels like a betrayal instead of something you could have seen coming. So what to do instead? Read your closing disclosure. Know your escrow breakdown. Ask your lender or your agent, that's me, hi, to walk you through exactly what's baked into your payment and what changes you can expect for next year. Habit number 5, skipping homeowners insurance reviews. People shop insurance once in preparation for closing and then never look at it again, even as their home's value changes or their coverage becomes outdated. I know, I'm guilty of this too. The set it and forget it mentality. What to do instead? Review your policy annually. Make sure your dwelling coverage keeps pace with building costs, especially if you've done any updates. Check your deductible rates, and you may even want to shop carriers. One note of caution here: insurance claims stay with the house. If you make a lot of claims, small or not, future buyers may have a hard time securing homeowners insurance, which could impact your sale of the home. Sometimes it might be better to pay out of pocket for a repair using your emergency fund. See habit number 3. Habit number 6, treating the house like it's permanent. This one's especially for my military families. One of the biggest mistakes I see buyers make is treating a 3-year duty station house like it's their forever home. You over-customize, you ignore resale value, then orders come down and the house doesn't sell because it was built for you, not for the next buyer. What to do instead? Make choices that make sense for you and the next family. Neutral, functional, well-maintained beats hyper-personalized every time. For example, those built-in shelves and desks in your 4th bedroom may be great for your homeschool room, but a growing family that needs every inch of bedroom space may not appreciate the built-ins the way you do. Habit number 7. DIYing things that need a professional. YouTube makes everything look easy. Electrical, plumbing, load bearing, anything. These are not figure it out as you go projects. What to do instead? Know your lane. Paint, landscaping, cosmetic fixes, go for it. Anything involving wiring, water lines, or structure, call a licensed pro. I can't tell you how many renovated spaces I've walked through. The quality of the workmanship can make or break it for buyers. If it is a DIY gone bad, they keep looking almost every time. Call in the pro. And speaking of calling a pro, this is actually a perfect place to pause, because this next part might be the most useful thing in this whole video. I know a guy. Here's something a lot of you may not know about working with me. My job doesn't end at closing. Over the years, through all of my own renovations and repairs, plus every buyer and seller I've helped in this market, I've built a list of people I actually trust. Roofers who don't oversell you, HVAC techs who show up when they say they will, plumbers, electricians, painters, inspectors, lawn guys, interior designers, the whole list. If you ever find yourself staring at a weird stain on the ceiling, a water heater that's making a noise it shouldn't make, or you just need someone reliable for a project, you don't have to gamble on a random name from a review site. Message me. I probably know a guy, or a gal. I know a person. This isn't just for my past clients either. Whether I sold you your house or you found this channel because you're PCSing to Fort Leavenworth and trying to figure out this whole area, reach out. It costs you nothing, and it might save you from hiring the wrong contractor for a $15,000 job. Comment, I know a guy, below, and I'll get you pointed in the right direction. Okay, back to the habits, because this next one connects directly to that. Habit number 8, deferred maintenance on the big ticket items. This is the habit that costs homeowners the most money, full stop. And it's the one people are most tempted to ignore, because the big stuff doesn't fail all at once. It fails slowly, quietly, and then all at once. Let's talk about the 3 biggest offenders. The roof. Most asphalt shingle roofs last somewhere in the 20 to 25 year range, but that number drops fast if you're not maintaining it, or if you live in a high storm area like Kansas City. Look for missing shingles, granule loss, flashing that's pulled away around chimneys and vents, homeowners ignoring small leaks because they're not that bad yet. Then it rains sideways one week and you've got water damage in the attic, insulation, and drywall, on top of the roof replacement you were already going to need. The fix? Get your roof inspected every couple of years, and definitely after any major storm. Kansas City has had multiple hailstorms over the past 2 years, with hail ranging in size from 1 inch to over 4 inches. Catching a $400 repair early beats an emergency $12,000 repair later. And here's where it pays to keep up with your homeowner insurance coverage. If you have a damaged roof, it may be worth replacing prior to listing your house for sale. And don't forget, I know a guy. The second big ticket item is the HVAC system. The AC and furnace system typically lasts 15 to 20 years, but only if they're serviced. Skipping annual tune-ups is one of the most common ways homeowners quietly shorten their system's lifespan. A neglected system doesn't just die sooner, it also runs less efficiently the whole time, which means higher bills every single month leading up to that failure. The fix? Twice a year service, spring for the AC, fall for the furnace. Change your filters on schedule. It's genuinely one of the cheapest insurance policies you can buy for your house. Number 3 is the water heater. Traditional tank water heaters last around 8 to 12 years. Most homeowners have no idea how old theirs is, and most never flush the sediment out of the tank, which is one of the leading causes of early failure. And when these go, they don't always go quietly. A failed water heater can dump gallons of water into your flooring and drywall before anyone notices. The fix? Know the install date. It's usually on a sticker on the unit. Flush it annually, and if it's past year 8 or 9, start budgeting for replacement now, not after it floods your utility closet. Here's the pattern with all 3 of these. Deferred maintenance doesn't save you money, it just moves the cost from manageable now to emergency later, and emergencies always cost more. And this is exactly why I built that I know a guy list, because half of the battle with these big ticket items isn't knowing they need attention, it's knowing who to actually call. Now, here's a habit that's a little different from the rest. It's not really a bad habit you're actively doing. It's a habit of inaction, and it's the one that quietly costs sellers a lot of money down the road. I see it constantly. A family moves in, the house is beautiful, everything's current, and they just stop. No updates for 10, 15, 20 years. And it's not because they didn't care. Life happens. Kids, deployments, PCS orders, budgets. But then it's time to sell, and suddenly that house that felt totally normal to live in every day looks, to a buyer walking in cold, like a time capsule. Buyers today are brutal about this. They see original countertops, dated lighting, an untouched bathroom from 2 decades ago, and mentally they're already subtracting tens of thousands of dollars off their offer, even if the house is structurally perfect. Here's the fix, and it's simple. Update in small waves the whole time you own the house, instead of one giant scramble right before you list. Think of it like this. Every 3 to 5 years, tackle 1 or 2 things. Repaint, update lighting fixtures, swap outdated hardware, refresh flooring in one room, replace an aging appliance before it dies instead of after. None of these are massive projects individually, but stacked over 10 or 15 years, they're the difference between a house that shows like it's 20 years old and one that shows like it's 5. And here's the bonus. You get to actually enjoy those updates while you live there. You're not renovating for a stranger right before you move out. You're upgrading your own home along the way, and it happens to pay you back at closing. If you're not sure what actually moves the needle versus what's a waste of money, that's a conversation worth having with your agent well before you're thinking about selling. I'd genuinely rather walk a client through a 5-year update plan than watch them try to cram 20 years of deferred updates into 6 weeks before listing. Okay, Let's close this out with the questions I get asked over and over by homeowners when they start thinking about selling. If you've ever wondered about any of these, you are not alone. Do I need to replace the roof before I sell, or can I just sell it as is? Depends on its condition and age. A roof with real remaining life can often just be disclosed. A roof that's clearly near the end will scare off buyers or get flagged in inspection anyway. So sometimes it's smarter to handle it up front on your terms rather than negotiating it under pressure later. And if you happen to have more than one layer, we need to talk. Will updating my kitchen actually get me my money back? Full remodels rarely return 100% of what you spend, but targeted updates, paint, hardware, lighting, countertops, if they're truly dated, tend to punch above their cost because they change the buyer's first impression, which drives the price they're willing to offer. How far in advance should I start prepping to sell? Ideally months, not weeks. That gives you time to handle deferred maintenance, get quotes, and make updates without panic spending on rushed contractors. Do I really need a pre-listing inspection? It's not required, but it's one of the smartest moves a seller can make. It surfaces roof, HVAC, and water heater issues before a buyer's inspector does, which means no surprises, no renegotiating, no losing leverage mid-contract. Just keep in mind, all inspections conducted in the past 12 months have to be made available to buyers. And if there's a material defect discovered, you have to disclose it. What update actually matters most to buyers right now? Consistently, it's the kitchen and primary bathroom, but a close second is simply not feeling dated. Fresh paint and updated lighting can shift a buyer's entire perception of a home's age in about 30 seconds of walking through the door. This doesn't have to mean big ticket items. For example, replacing light switch and outlet covers can make a huge difference. If you're sitting there thinking about your own house right now, whether you're 2 years in or 20, these are exactly the kind of questions I help my clients work through long before a for sale sign ever goes in the yard. Here's the truth. Buying the house is the easy part. What you do and don't do every year after that is what actually determines whether this house builds wealth for your family or it costs you at the closing table when it's time to sell. If you're in the Fort Leavenworth or greater Kansas City area and you want someone who'll walk you through this stuff, from move-in day to your I know a guy moments all the way to preparing your house to sell, that's what I'm here for. Drop a comment and tell me which of these habits you're guilty of, or comment I know a guy if you need a referral. And if this helped, hit that subscribe button. I drop new videos every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.